Over a year ago, I played through Mass Effect for the very first time. Since then, I've played through all the Mass Effect games and have been obsessed with the franchise. But the more that I learned about the lore and the development of the game, it just left me with one question that was left unanswered. And no, it's not Corian Sweat. Rather, it's the fact that there was only one Mass Effect game released on a Nintendo console, and it was this, Mass Effect 3.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Man, get out of here with that bullshit, man.
Now, why in God's green earth would they release the final game of a trilogy on a console that can't even play the previous two games? And what's worse is that a week prior, EA released the Mass Effect trilogy on PC and Xbox. So let me be clear. You released this, the Mass Effect trilogy, with all three games. And then, 1 week later, when the Wii U launches with only the third game. Only the third game. Well, before the Wii U released, in the 2011 edition of Nintendo Power, Nintendo was trying to hype up the Wii U, and in a column called Experts' Opinions, they had some developers talk about how they were impressed with the Wii U. And look who we have here, Ray Muzaka from Bio Ware. Well, he says that the Wii U is a compelling new platform for Nintendo, one that BioWare and EA are excited about. We are actively exploring development possibilities. The new interface provides a lot of new options for interactivity, and frankly, it's great to see the power of the new system and think about all that potential. Now, what kind of interactivity did the Wii U gamepad bring to Mass Effect? Well, let's find out. So this version is technically different than the base game. As you can see by the title, it's called Mass Effect 3 Special Edition. The reason why this game is so special is because included on disc is the From Ashes Extended Cut DLC, plus a handful of multiplayer maps and a new heavy weapon. And I know it sounds cool, right, to have some DLC for free? Well, unfortunately, the Wii U version of the game does not have any DLC support. So that means no Omega, no Leviathan, and no Citadel DLC. But at least we have Javik.
At ease. I don't think our guest will be a problem. Will he?
That depends on you.
So as I said before, due to the previous two games not being on the Wii U, this means you are forced to do the Mass Effect Genesis in order to make certain choices from the previous games. Now, the problem with that is that this comic brushes over a lot of the smaller choices and sometimes neglect to show others, which is a total bummer. But once we finish the comic and get to the gameplay, we can really see why the Wii U version is so special. The minimap. Honestly, having a minimap, in my opinion, is a very welcome addition to Mass Effect. But what makes playing with the gamepad even better is the ability to use squad abilities by mapping them to 8 buttons on the screen. Honestly, I found it quite handy to have both the minimap and squad abilities on the touchscreen for my short time I played on the Wii U. However, I found it was quite disappointing that I couldn't play with the Wiimote and Nunchuck. But I understand why they didn't do that, because that would have been way too confusing. Well, that's pretty much it. You see, unlike multi-platform games that are on the Wii U games often just look the same with not much of a difference between its 7th generation counterparts. And with Mass Effect 3 being no exception, there's really no reason to play it because you'll be missing 2/3 of the story, and not to mention lack of DLC for the third game. But I still find this version of the game to be somewhat unique with its cool minimap. It does offer at least something to make it stand out. And well, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, drop a like and I hope to see you guys around.